Most of the time, when we hear about excessive sugar, we assume that only those with diabetes are at risk. But in truth, no. These days, 1 in 5 people have high blood sugar. Why is it crucial to understand? Yes, since it's really risky. All organs are physically corroded by elevated sugar. The most affected organs are the blood vessels, heart, kidneys, nerves, and eyes. Taking your temperature and checking your blood sugar are both equally simple procedures. Do this periodically, if possible. However, you should examine if you start to exhibit symptoms of high blood sugar. What do these hints mean? About them is this video. Keep reading. You will also discover how our bodies send warnings when our health is in risk. In general, palatable food is not just sweet, but also raises blood glucose levels. The figures also fluctuate during the day. For instance, our glucose levels rapidly increase after consuming a high carbohydrate item, such a muffin. This rise is very brief, and there is no risk to a healthy body. We don't need to have high or low glucose levels in our bodies, and the body will make an effort to return the level to normal. The indications will eventually level out if the pancreas and liver are working properly. Our body might, however, lose its capacity to efficiently control blood sugar levels for a variety of reasons, owing to illnesses brought on by an unhealthy lifestyle or by changes brought on by aging. Even an excess of simple carbs in the diet might cause this. It's true that this excess should have a big impact. That is, daily consumption of significant amounts of simple carbs. Although diabetes or prediabetes are more frequently linked to elevated blood sugar, this number increases for several other illnesses and ailments. The body then starts sending us messages. Overpowering and emitting, the body attempts to add interstitial fluid to the too sweet blood when blood glucose levels are raised. The bloodstream is pushed with fluid from the tissue. Because the blood is thin, the blood glucose level is almost normal. Naturally, the amount of fluid increases, but the kidney's ability to operate is compromised. Until the glucose levels settle, they momentarily lose the capacity to restore fluid to the circulation. Extreme thirst, a physiological response to the body being dehydrated as a result of the expulsion of intracellular fluid. We frequently wish to drink, well, if in water, since the body simply becomes dehydrated. But it frequently occurs that we erroneously drink sweet beverages when we are thirsty. The problem only becomes worse as a result of us personally adding more sugar to the blood. Too much hunger, absence of insulin, which transports glucose from the blood to the cell where it serves as fuel, causes severe hunger. It appears that there is truly enough glucose present around the cells. In other words, although it is in the bloodstream, it cannot be used because of a shortage of insulin. Additionally, when cells go without food, they send signals to the brain telling it's time to eat since they are hungry. And even though we recently ate, we still feel hungry. Loss of weight, it seems unexpected at first. We are aware that sugar increases body fat. As long as the body can utilize the fat nicely, they will undoubtedly gain weight. Did you know that a person starts to lose weight when their body's level of glucose is regularly elevated? As though you were unaware. Water loss happens as a result of improper sugar metabolism, which results in weight loss. And this is the primary explanation. The second is that in order to maintain cellular metabolism, the body starts to burn fat and muscle when it cannot acquire its energy from glucose. The third is that certain carbs travel through the body without being metabolized. Infection, as you well aware, yeast germs use sugar as nourishment. Additionally, a high blood sugar level might affect immune system performance and blood flow. Leukocytes then find it challenging to access the afflicted locations and combat the infection. Iron takes a while to recover from cuts. This occurs as a result of neutrophils, which are white blood cells, being sensitive to high blood glucose levels. They are unable to do their duties as a result. A disruption in the function of blood vessels and nerves is the next difficulty in the problem of wound healing. The tissues have decreased blood flow, which results in less oxygen and nutrition delivery. Additionally, a leukocyte finds it more challenging to enter the injured area. Skin itchiness and dryness, excessive fluid excretion, which causes skin dehydration and dryness, is the primary cause of this problem. Insufficient circulation is the second explanation. As you are already aware, blood vessels are harmed by high sugar levels, and blood circulation depends on them. High sugar levels are associated with a predisposition to knot as well. Disability and vision dehydration also contributes to this issue. We are aware that when blood glucose levels are high, the body forces fluid from cells into the circulatory system, from the ocular cells as well. The eye loses its ability to focus normally when the eye's protective covering dries up, potentially deforming. Additionally, sustained high sugar levels might harm the back of the eye, which is a more significant issue. Blindness may potentially be the outcome. Headaches and difficulty concentrating. Starving brain cells cannot access the blood's circulating glucose, and the brain consumes 25% of the body's total glucose intake. Naturally, brain cells don't operate correctly if they have difficulties acquiring fuel. There are issues with concentration, reasoning, and remembering. Fatigue. The body cannot adequately store or utilize glucose if blood glucose levels are too high. Cells do not receive the fuel they require because energy is not utilized effectively. The end outcome is a reduction in cellular physical energy. A fact, fatigue is not at all a specific indicator, but if you consistently feel as though a lemon has been squeezed out of you by midday, this is not natural. We become accustomed to exhaustion and, at times, fail to recognize it or actively strive to suppress it. Regular, apparently pointless exhaustion is also one of the key indicators that your health needs to be taken seriously. Irritability. Like exhaustion, irritability can have a variety of causes. High blood sugar is one of them. It causes a depressed condition and impairs one's capacity for fast thought and decision-making. Elevated blood pressure. High blood sugar patients have blood pressure that is above average. Even more crucial than cutting out salt, according to experts, is cutting out sugar if you want to lower your blood pressure. It might be risky to ignore such signs if you detect them in yourself. After a night of fasting, the simplest thing to do is to check your blood sugar levels. The time since the last meal must have elapsed for at least 8 hours. Of course, consulting an expert is preferable. Other issues might be indicated by similar symptoms, like if the knowledge was beneficial. And of course, stick around, subscribe, and press the bell. Keep up with the news. See you soon.